Hello, welcome, namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. Hope you're having a wonderful week so far. And we're going to be doing a nice, relaxing yoga flow today, gentle flow. Begin with some breathing. So find a comfortable seated position. You can also lie back if that feels best for you. And today you'll want your mat, and if you want to grab a couple of blankets, and that can be additional support, but you don't need the props. And when you're ready, can be cross-legged or an easy pose, whatever feels right for you. So I'm gonna get some music on here. Beautiful. Begin connecting with the breath. So from your seated position, feeling a sense of weightedness where the body and the floor meet. Noticing that point of connection. Rooting yourself firmly through the seat's bones into the earth. Begin to notice the breath, the inhale and the exhale. Noticing where you feel the inhale in the body. You may feel this in the belly or the chest. You might feel it in the nostrils. Noticing the cool sensation. As the prana enters through the nostrils on the inhale. Noticing a sense of warmth on the upper lip and the exhale. And from this rooted, seated position, see if you can bring the inhale, the awareness of the breath down to the base, down to where the body and the floor meet. Inhaling up through the tailbone, through the spine, the shoulders, the neck, the head. And then on the exhale, allow it to wash over you like a wave. Full body breath here. Inhale. Allow the fresh oxygen to rejuvenate the cells, creating space and openness in the body. Noticing that point at the top of the inhale just before the exhale. And then exhale, release like a wave. Allow that exhale to wash down the spine, through the body, taking with it any cellular waste, any tension, stagnant energy, stuck emotions. Just allow it to release with the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Notice on the inhale and the exhale if you're inhaling with equal measure throughout. So looking to create just a nice even flow of air, of oxygen on the inhale all the way up to the top. And then on the exhale, we're not releasing a big gust on at the top of the exhale. Release the exhale with control over that duration of time in equal measure. Much like a wave on the inhale, Coming in, it breaks at the top of the inhale, exhale down. If you notice any points of tension in the body, you can invite the breath in, setting your focus, your attention on that space, inviting the breath in, creating space, rejuvenating the cells with that fresh oxygen. It's the power of your intention, of your concentration and focus. Feel that in the body. And then from here, let's bring a slight engagement to the lower abdomen, maintaining the breath cycle you've created. Begin to stack the vertebrae, bringing the spine into a really nice, beautiful, extended alignment. Roll the shoulders down and back towards the floor, elongating through the neck. You can imagine an invisible cord at the top of the head up to the ceiling, creating an extension in the neck. Good. And bring your breath in here. Inhale up from the base of the spine, all the way up this nice, engaged, tall spine, all the way up through each vertebrae, all the way up the spinal column, out the head, and then exhale. Exhale has just as much potency as the inhale. It's like a cleansing mechanism, taking with it anything that's ready to release to the body. Just take it down, release it into the earth through your point of connection. Really nice. Exhale. Good. Just begin to open up the body just a little bit. We're going to take the breath with us. Coming into a wide leg stretch, bringing the left leg out to your side. Right heel comes towards the groin on left thigh. From here, we want to square the chest towards the legs, and we're going to begin to walk the hands towards the foot. We want to keep a nice elongated spine. And this isn't about depth, this is about alignment. We've now changed our position, and with the focused intention of the breath, we're going to have a new experience with the breath. We now have a leg extended. We also have a different shape within the trunk of the body, and there's a slight twist in the spine. As you breathe, you may notice you're able to walk the hands further and further forward without losing the integrity of the alignment you've created through the back. Roll the shoulders back towards the floor and connect with the breath here. Feel the breath as it opens the inner thighs, the glutes, the groin, the hips, all the way through the hamstrings, the calves. Just noticing with each couple of breaths the space that you create in the body so you can advance just a little further. We're training the body to open like a flower. And this isn't a time lapse where it just pops open. We're taking our time with this. This is a meditation with the breath and with the body. If you can imagine all the neural networks and the fascia tissue that are engaging and activated with this simple gesture, we're creating a new shape. We're asking the body to do something different. And so there's tons of programming happening into creating this shape. If we just flop ourselves in, reaching for the toes, overextending, not honoring the muscles, not honoring the tissue, we're doing a body a disservice. It really will react with stress. And so our process through yoga becomes using the breath as a tool to advance. We have the alignment, we have the shape. So on the inhale, we create space, we open, the muscles relax, further, deeper into the stretch. On the exhale, we release any tension, any stuck emotion, stagnant energy. And with that, we can advance forward with this into the space we've created. Every new inhale presenting a new opportunity. Exhale, walk the hands just a little bit further. Take one more inhale here. And then on an exhale, release. Slowly bringing the hands up. Release the legs. We'll bring the legs back through center. And then opening up to the opposite side. Right leg extends out. Left heel comes in. Right thigh towards the groin. From here, we've created a new shape. So twisting the torso as if you're going to place your heart on top of your knee. We're going to begin to walk the fingertips forward. Once again, this becomes about alignment. So from the tailbone up to the shoulder blades, through the top of head, we want a nice flat plane. We're going to roll the shoulders back down towards the floor, really feeling rooted through the seat. When we have a strong foundation here, the leg is free to open. So now with the breath on the inhale, full body breath, breathing up through the root, into the leg, up through the chest cavity, out the top of head. Exhale, release. Like a wave, taking with it any tension, stagnant energy, washing through the body with that exhale, creating space, eliminating waste. And now with that space, we can inch the fingertips forward just a little bit more. Every new inhale and exhale, bringing an opportunity for opening, for extension. So we're really working with the biomechanics of the body here. We're inviting the opening within the muscle tissues with the inhale. The exhale helps us create space to advance forward. Once again, not overextending, not going past our limits. We're really honoring where the body is at and using the breath to create space. Slow incremental movements here. Good. You can flex the foot back towards the face. Beautiful. Let's take one more full inhale here. On the exhale with the space, see if you can inch yourself just a little bit more forward. Good. And then with control, release on the inhale, coming back to center. Beautiful. Come into a bound angle here. So bringing the heels, toes together in front of you. You can bring blocks in underneath the knees if you need additional support, or blankets. This is going to look different for every body. So your legs may be up here. Your knees may be on the floor. Depending on your flexibility, you can adjust how close or how far away your heels are from your groin. We want to feel extension. We want to feel lengthening, but we don't want pain. From this new shape here that we've created, connecting with the breath, inhaling, up, full body breath, up from the tailbone, up the spine, through the neck, shoulders, out the head. Exhale, allow that to wash down over you. Good. From this place, let's check in with our alignment. We have a slight engagement in the lower abdomen. And then much like when we were in easy pose, we're going to really elongate the spine, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other, rolling the shoulder blades down and back towards the ground beneath you, and then extension through the head and neck. From here, we're really looking to create a fulcrum point or a pivot point in the hips, bringing the torso down towards the floor. Once again, we're just opening up the body here, so we're not going for depth. We don't need our nose and our toes at this moment. This is all about pairing the breath with the movement, creating space in the body, creating openness in the body, releasing tension. After a nice long day, maybe you were sitting in front of a computer or out and about, using this breath, centering here. Releasing any low back tension, any tension in the hips. As you continue to work with the breath, you can just bring your body closer to the floor. Beautiful. Feel the extension in the spine, the openness through the outer hips. And take one more full breath cycle here. Really allow the inhale to open through the shoulders, upper back, through the heart. Good. And exhale, releasing down the spine, down the tailbone. Just let it all go down into the earth. Good. Release the hands. You can come up, nice tall spine, and extend the legs out in front of you. Toes are flexed back towards the ceiling. If you have a yoga strap, you can use it here. If not, you'll be totally fine. We're going to place the hands onto the kneecaps. Legs engaged, nice strong abdomen, tall spine, shoulders roll back. On an inhale, extend up through the spine. On the exhale, begin walking the hands forward towards the feet. From here, much like when we were doing our side leg stretch each side, you can work with the breath and advance your posture down. We're wanting to maintain the integrity in the back. So nice flat plane. If you can imagine, nice flat plane from the tailbone to where the neck and the spine meet. And in order to achieve this, if you need to, you can bend up your knees. This is really only though if you're grasping for the heels or if you need that extra tension. But with a nice engaged leg, just like before, we're just slowly inching the body forward. This is an exploration with the breath and creating space. So there's nothing to achieve here. It's really connecting, using the breath in the posture, in the shape we've created, to explore, to go deeper into the posture. Take your body to new places of extension. Really nice. Take one more full inhale here. On the exhale, release, coming up to a seated position. With legs out extended, we're going to bend up the left leg, tuck the right knee underneath. The right heel comes towards left hip. We're going to cross the left heel over right knee. So we're here. Grounding here, creating a nice foundation, engagement in the lower abdomen, nice alignment in the spine, shoulders roll back. On an inhale, breathing the right hand up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, twisting the spine towards the left, bringing the right elbow to the outside of left knee. We have a couple of options here. With your arm, you can create a cactus arm, as if you're waving to somebody on your left side. Eye gaze shifts and comes around towards the back wall, towards the back of the room, and you're propping yourself up with the left hand like a kickstand. We want to have a natural tension between the right elbow, left knee. So we're using that to create extension in the posture. So by pushing my right elbow into left knee and vice versa, I'm able to elongate the spine, increasing the twist, and then twisting the neck fully around to create full spinal twist. From this new shape, connecting with the breath. So inhaling up from the base, feeling nice and rooted through the seats bones. Breathing up through the tailbone, up the spine, through the body, out the top of head. You may feel the breath as it winds up the spine, tuning into that sensation. Exhaling down, taking with it any toxins releasing from the twist of the spine, stagnant energy, stuck emotions. Let it go. Release down into the floor, down into the earth. Let it go. Take one more nice big inhale here, full extension. Twist just a little bit further. And then on the exhale, releasing the arm, releasing the twist, coming back to center. Come into a cross-leg position and reset with 3 breaths here. First spine twist of the class. So nice inhale up here. All the way up the straight spine, creating extension in the body, and release it down. You can audible exhale if that feels good for you. Release any tension, stress from the day. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Releasing any remaining stress, stuck emotions. Let it go. Really nice. Good. On an inhale, extending the legs in front of you once again. This time we're going to bend up the right leg. Left leg comes underneath. So the left heel comes towards right hip. Then going to bring the right leg over so that the right ankle is on the outside of the bended left knee. From here, connecting into your foundation, we want to have a really nice, strong foundation before we do the twist. So grounding in through the seats bones, feeling a sense of balance on your pelvic bowl or your seats bones. Feeling nice and rooted where this right foot meets the floor. We have a slight engagement in the lower abdomen, creating extension through the spine, rolling shoulders down and back towards the ground, extension through the head and neck. Good. On an inhale, bringing the left arm up overhead, create even just a little bit more reach and extension, and then on the exhale, the left elbow comes to the outside of right knee. You can have the palm facing down towards the floor. If it's more comfortable for you, you can keep the cactus arms and wave. From here, it's all about the twist. So on an inhale, reach up through the spine. Exhale, twist towards back wall. Looking towards the right side of the room, looking over right shoulder. Once again, we have this natural tension created through the left elbow and the outside of right knee. It's kind of like pushing up against a wall, and then using that to create even more extension and twist through the spine. And from here, noticing your inhale, follow the inhale up from the base, up from the root, up the spine, through the chest, opening through the heart, out the top of head, Exhale down. See if you can feel the breath as it twists up the spine. Feel the flow as it winds down the spine, taking with it any toxins, releasing any stuck emotion, stress from the day. Release it down, let it go. Good. Let's take one more full inhale here. See if you can twist just a little bit further. And then on the exhale, releasing left arm. Can unwind the legs. You can extend them out briefly if you'd like, and then coming back to cross leg and center. We're going to take 3 reset breath, full breath cycles here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, you can audible exhale if it feels good. Drop the jaw open. Loosen the jaw, release any tension in the jaw. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Beautiful. We're going to do one more series of stretches from this seated position. So from here, making sure you have a comfortable cross of the legs. And then we're going to begin by placing right palm on the hand, or excuse me, on the floor next to you. If you need to bring in a block or a book, something to bring the floor closer to you, you certainly can. From here, weighted through the right palms. On an inhale, we're going to bring the left arm up and overhead and begin reaching towards right side of room. What's critical here, or what's going to really enhance the experience, is this left rib cage. So you want to create almost a C shape from the right, on the right side of the body, and imagine this left rib cage coming up towards the left corner of the room. So we really want extension through this left side, the lateral side. Opening through the hip. If you really ground and stay rooted on that left side, you'll experience a really nice oppositional stretch through that left hip. Stretching up through the rib cage, through the left armpit, all on the outside of the left arm, through the middle fingertip. But what really takes this change in shape, or this posture, to the next place is the breath. So from here, inhaling up, and allow this to be an exploration of the chest cavity. Really creating opening through each of the individual ribs, through the chest cavity with the lungs, increasing the lungs by taking in more air. And then at the top, you can even hold the breath for a couple of counts. Just allow the fresh oxygen, that prana, to really sit in the chest cavity, and you may feel a sensation of swirling, or may feel warm to you. The sensations will differ, but just really allowing the chest to open through the power of the lungs, from the inside out. Opening from the inside out here. Good. Take one more nice full inhale here, full extension all the way up, reaching over. Beautiful. On the exhale, release the hand down by your side. Really nice. We'll reset with one inhale and exhale here. Nice extension through the spine. Inhale up. Exhale. Good. On the next inhale, planting left hand into the ground, nice strong foundation, creating a sense of rootedness. Exhale, and then on your next inhale, bringing the right hand up overhead, bringing it across the body towards the left side of the room, creating a C shape on the left side of the body, and creating a sense of openness in this right rib cage. So once again here, we're really creating extension from the armpit as well as through the rootedness on the right side. You don't want to bring all your body weight over to the left side. You're really discounting yourself there. Stay centered in your base and your foundation. Really root in through that right hip and then create extension by bringing the rib cage up towards the right ceiling, where the ceiling and the wall meet, that diagonal. Really extend, push through left palm. And then the biggest opener of all is with the breath. So inhale, create space through the rib cage. Imagine breathing in between each rib, using those lungs to open up the chest cavity from the inside out. Extension across the chest, in the heart, opening up here. Allow this to be an exploration with the breath. If you did a couple breath cycles holding the breath at the top, I invite you to do that here. Beautiful. Let's take one more nice big inhale here. Full extension all the way up the right side of the body, through right arm, through that middle finger on the right hand. Exhale, release the right hand down towards the ground. With control. Roll the shoulder blades down towards the floor. Let's reset with a full inhale and exhale here. Really nice. Let's come up to tabletop on all fours. Bringing the breath with you, so transition on the inhale. We're going to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow here, opening. We've just opened the chest cavity laterally, right and left side. So now wanting to open the spine on a different plane. And so on an inhale, we're going to drop the belly down. Tailbone comes up towards the ceiling. Chin comes up towards the ceiling. This is a nice cow here for us. And then on the exhale, allow the exhale to push through you like a wave that's generating this motion. And as we bring the spine into the opposite direction, into our cat pose, creating a C shape now on the front side of the body, we're looking for that extension behind back of heart. Imagine the back of the heart, the spine curving up towards the ceiling. Chin tucks towards the chest. Inhale, transition at your own pace into your cow. You can explore here. You can really sit back into those hip joints. You can sway the hips back and forth, opening up the low back. This is your time. Use the breath and explore the movement. Really nice. Let's take 3 more full rounds of your cat-cow here. Really noticing that full inhale and exhale, lubricating between the vertebrae through each joint. Getting the full benefit of the posture. Nice. Coming at the end of your exhale. On an inhale, we're going to come into puppy pose. If this is uncomfortable for you in any way, you can take a child's pose or a downward dog. But with knees at hip width distance, we're going to begin walking the hands forward. Hips come up towards the ceiling. Extension through the shoulders. Forehead or chin can come to the floor depending on what's comfortable for you. We want to feel a nice sense of rootedness here. So once you settle into the posture, establishing your points of connection and allowing this to be your foundation. Settling in here, feeling where your palms meet the floor, your forearms and perhaps your forehead, the knees, the shins. Establishing that sense of rootedness, of foundation in the posture. So, as I say, we've changed shape here, and it becomes about an exploration with the breath. Allowing the breath to create opening through the shoulders, maybe through the wrists, the neck, perhaps along the low back, the hip crest. So using the breath as your exploration. Good. Take one more full inhale here. All the way up from the tailbone out the top of the head. And then on the exhale, begin walking the palms back towards tabletop. We're going to come into a thread the needle here, opening up the back side and the outside of the shoulders. So setting a strong foundation here, pivoting or shifting the weight into the left palm, fingers spread wide, strong foundation through the knees and the shins on both legs. On an inhale, bring the right hand up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, you're going to dive the hand through the space you've created with the left arm and the body, bringing right shoulder down towards the floor. Once again, the hips are up in the air. Similar to the puppy pose. You can extend the left arm out in front of you, or you can leave it bent on your forearms. Your right ear can come to the floor, or your forehead can come to the floor, so finding what's comfortable for you here. With each breath, on an inhale, think about creating space. Wherever you feel any tension or resistance, invite the breath into this space, create opening. On an exhale, release any tension, any stuck energy, let it go. And then on your next inhale, move deeper into the posture, moving into that extension you've created. On your next inhale, plant the left hand out in front of you, bring the right arm up towards the ceiling once again. On the exhale, bring the right hand back down towards the floor, coming back into table. Moving now towards the left side. On an inhale, create a nice strong foundation, shifting the weight towards the right palm, creating a foundation between right palm and your two knees. On an inhale, breathe the left arm up towards the ceiling, reaching fingertips up. On the exhale, dive left hand through the space that you've created between the right arm and the body and the floor. Left shoulder comes down towards the floor. Right arm can extend out in front of you, or you can leave your forearm folded out in front of you. Hips extend up towards the ceiling. Left ear can come to the floor, or your forehead can come to the floor, finding what's right for you here. And then from this new shape, Connecting with the breath. Inhale up from your points of connection, up through the tailbone, up the spine, through the shoulder joints, up through the neck, out the head, and then exhale down. We're creating space here, so every time that on an inhale, when you create that space, that extension in the body, move into it. Go into the space created, going deeper into the posture. Good. Take one more full breath cycle here. And then on your next inhale, prop yourself up with your right hand. Bring the left hand all the way back through, back up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, release the left hand down towards the floor, coming back into tabletop. We'll reset in child's pose, so bringing hips back towards the heels, arms extend out in front of you, forehead comes towards the floor, child's pose. Take a nice full inhale and exhale here. Good, and then on the next inhale, coming back to tabletop. This time we're gonna bring the right leg through, coming between both hands, coming into a little bit of a modified runner's lunge here. When you feel stable, lifting the hands up off the floor, hands can come to your hips or come to the knee in front of you. From here, creating a nice strong foundation in that right foot, we're going to begin to shift the weight forward. So we're stacking the right knee on top of right ankle. If you need to scoot the foot out a little further to create some space to extend into, go ahead and do that. Opening up the left hip flexor here. And just like everything else, this is meditation in motion. So on an inhale, breathe into the space, create opening. On an exhale, you can inch that foot a little more forward, coming deeper into the stretch on the left side. If you're ready, and if you have your balance with you, on an inhale, you can release the hands up overhead. Thumbs come towards the wall behind you, creating extension and opening through the chest. You can also drop the palms behind the nape of the neck. Thumbs come together, finger points come together, and elbows extend up towards the ceiling. Take a nice full inhale here. On the exhale, dropping hands back down towards the floor, we're gonna bring the toes of the left foot underneath us, coming onto the toes of the left foot here. Runner's lunge. If you have your blocks, you can bring your hands onto your blocks. You can also come into this modified runner's lunge if that's too intense for you. From here, we're gonna bring the left foot in slightly, bending the knee and coming all the way up into a crescent lunge, so you can bend the right knee, knee stacks over the ankle, and then putting a slight bend in that left knee, coming onto the left toes. Once again, arms come up overhead, thumbs pointing towards the wall behind you, creating opening through the chest. Really nice. One more full inhale here. On an exhale, straighten the front leg, bringing the left foot out to a 45-degree angle. And we're going to open up to Warrior Two. So in our warrior two, knee stacks, knee bends stacking over ankle. The back foot is anywhere from a 45-degree to a 90-degree angle depending on your body. What we're looking for here is hip alignment. We're gonna have a slight tucking of the tailbone underneath. We want the alignment of, I don't have my sticky mat, the alignment of the knee over the ankles, and then creating extension through the chest, so arms stretch out to opposite sides. Good. Take one more nice inhale here. On an exhale, releasing the right leg, extending it fully. We're gonna get ready for triangle here, so you can reset your feet just a little bit. Take a nice big inhale, opening the chest. On the exhale, right wrist comes down towards right knee. And here we want to create a lot of integrity in our shape. So from the left hip up to the left shoulder, I want you to imagine a line. And then from there, left hand extends towards the ceiling. We're really creating extension through this left hip by inviting it towards the left wall, and then pivoting over this right hip, which allows the extension on the left side. We want a nice open chest, extension through the chest, using this right arm to open the chest even further. Eye gaze can come up towards the ceiling. If you'd like, you can invite yourself to take a wrap of the left arm. So the left arm comes down, wraps behind the back, and grabs the right hip. The twist now coming through the rotation of the left shoulder. So you'll get further extension by rolling the left shoulder back, creating opening along the front side of the left shoulder. If you're a computer worker like I am, that can feel really, really good. Good. You can choose to stay here if you'd like to. We're going to extend ourselves into balancing half moon. So from your triangle, can lift the arms out, create a nice strong foundation on the right side. You're going to use the left side to launch yourself forward. You can inch yourself forward if you like. Coming into a balanced position on the right foot, left leg extends out, and then opening the chest. So similar to your triangle, but now you're flying. Take your time with this. You can use the wall for additional support if you need. No matter where you are, take one more full breath cycle. Some days balance is better than others. And then on an exhale, release left foot down, release your triangle coming out, bringing both big toes towards one another. Can inch the legs forward slightly. On an inhale, extend up through the chest. On an exhale, bring the finger points of each hand towards the big toe. You're going to bend of each foot, bend the knees slightly so that you can keep a nice flat plane from the tailbone to the top of the head. And I want you to imagine bringing the top or the forehead towards the floor. Once again, if we go back towards some of our opening asanas or the shapes we took, reconnecting with the breath here. Allowing the inhale and the exhale to create space in the body. Anywhere that you feel tightness or tension, identify it and invite the breath in. Good. One more full breath cycle here. Inhale. And exhale. On the inhale, we're going to twist towards left side, bringing the right knee down. And we'll find ourselves in this modified runner's lunge setup on the other side. So if you have your blocks, bring them back around. And we'll begin here. So with a strong foundation on the right side, right knee, right shin, top of right foot, firmly planted on the floor, strong foundation, left side. On an inhale, bringing your hands up towards your knee or on your hips and establishing yourself in this new shape. On an inhale, get long. On an exhale, you can begin walking the toes of the left foot forward and then begin shifting the weight, bringing left knee over left ankle. We want to keep the hips squared off towards the direction you're facing, the left side of the room, creating that opening along the right hip flexor. As you breathe, as you create space, you can continue to inch yourself forward. Really honoring the body here, creating balance in the body. If you're comfortable here, you can extend the arms up overhead. Create a nice opening through the chest, rolling the shoulders down, thumbs come towards the back side of the room or the right wall. Good. One more nice big inhale here. On an exhale, bringing the hands back down towards the floor. We're going to reset for a moment here, tucking the toes of the right foot underneath the foot, lifting the right knee up off the floor, coming into a full runner's lunge here. If you have your blocks, you can bring them in here. You can also lift the hands up off the floor for a little isometric. Breathing here. If you'd like, you can, from here, you can bring a slight bend into the right knee, walking it forward just a little bit, raising the torso up, coming into a crescent lunge here. Arms come up overhead, rolling shoulders down towards the floor, extension through the chest. We don't want crunching in the low back, so really you can tuck the tailbone. That's going to open up the hip flexor even more and create some elongation in that low spine, creating length. Good. Let's take 3 more full breath cycles here. Summiting the mountain on this left side. On an inhale, open up to your warrior 2. You can reset the feet just a little bit. We want the knee stacked over the ankle on the left foot. Your right foot comes in at a 45-degree angle. Nice, strong spine, elevated, engaged through the lower abdomen. Creating length and extension between the 2 finger points, extending to both opposite sides of the room. Using the breath here. Experience the breath in this shape. Good. On an inhale, releasing the left leg, extending it forward. We're going to bring the right hips towards the right side of the room. Little sass hip. And then creating a pivot point here at the left hip, like you're bending over a table. So you can extend the arms wide, reaching with the left hand, bending over that table, and then drop the arms down, coming into triangle here on the left side. Create opening in the chest by Little bit of resistance between the left palm and the left leg. Be careful with the knee. Don't want any pressure on that knee joint. Connect with the breath here. Where's the inhale? Breathing up from the feet, up the legs, up the trunk of the body, out the head. Exhale, allow it to wash down over you. Almost there. Really nice. Here, if you did the bind on the right side, you can do it over here on the left side to balance the body, inviting the right arm back behind the body. It's going to twist around the torso and come to meet the left hip, grabbing the left hip here. Now the extension or the opening is coming by rolling that right shoulder down and back. Feel that opening on the front side of right shoulder. Feels really nice. Eye gaze up towards the ceiling. You can stay here, or if you like, you can go into your standing half crescent moon. So coming out of your triangle with the arms, shifting your balance into the left foot, creating a nice strong foundation. You want to try and stay on this same plane here. So you're going to launch yourself with the right foot. You can also inch yourself forward. Launch is kind of aggressive, but and then begin inviting that right foot up into the air. Make sure you have your balance. You can bring in a table to support you or the wall. Extension through the right foot is going to be key here in creating that counterbalance you need, the extension you need in the posture to maintain your balance. Active right foot, flex toes, and then extension through the chest. You want to try and stack the shoulders one on top of the other. Might be easier if you bring them into prayer to start. Wherever you are, take one more full breath cycle here. On an exhale, release the leg down, right leg down. We're going to turn the toes in towards one another. Heel toe them together slightly. Little past hip width distance apart, and then pointing the toes out at a 45-degree angle each. We're going to come into one of my favorite postures, one of my favorite sequences. We'll first go into a goddess pose. So from here, you're just going to begin to squat down. You can take this in 2 or 3 attempts and just make sure you get to the level that's comfortable for you. Knees may be slightly in from the ankles. That's okay. We just don't want them extending over the ankles. You need to widen your stance if that's the case. You should feel free to move here. Hands can be on your hips, but full expression, we'll have hands we'll have cactus arms out to our sides. Nice extension through the chest, liftedness through the shoulders and the arms. Eye gaze is forward. You can close your eyes here. Feeling that power as it comes up from the floor, up through the feet, up the legs, up the torso, out the head. And then allow that to wash over you like a wave on the exhale. If you'd like, on the inhale, you can extend the legs up, extend the arms up towards the ceiling. On the inhale. On the exhale, release down, bringing the shoulders back down into their sockets. Hands into cactus arms, and in your squat, inhale up, exhale down. Wherever you are, we'll take 3 more breath cycles here. You can sway right and left. Good. From here, going to transition into a yogi squat. So you can heel toe the feet in slightly. Feet come out to a 45. This is another one where you just need to kind of feel what's right for your anatomy and your skeletal structure. But taking a nice inhale up here at the top. On the exhale, you're going to drop the tailbone down towards the floor. Ease into this. And kind of like a frog, come into your yogi squat. If you need blocks or a pillow to support you underneath the tailbone, you can bring it in here. We have a nice engagement between the palms. Palms face one another, pressing against one another, opening up the legs just a little bit more by bringing the elbows into the crease created at the knees. Breathing here. Really nice opening through the hip joints, the low back, sacral area. Really nice opening through the ankle joints and the feet. Beautiful. Take one more full inhale and exhale from here. On an inhale, create length, and then on an exhale, you're going to roll yourself back onto your sits bones, being gentle with yourself. We're going to come back with the legs extended out in front of us. And then from here, we'll lie back onto the floor. Awesome. Let's take a moment to reset here on the floor, heels together, toes fall open. We'll take 3 full inhale and exhale breath cycles here. Breathing up from the feet all the way up the legs, through the hips, through the glutes, up through the spine, the torso, the neck, the head. And then exhale down. Allow it to wash over you like a wave. On an inhale, bend up the legs. Exhale, settle into a strong foundation where the hips, the shoulders, the back, and the back of the head meet the floor. On your next inhale, bring the right leg up towards the ceiling and then cross it over the left leg, bringing the outside of right ankle to the top side of left knee. From here, you may be happy here. You may not need anything additional here. If you'd like to advance, you can come up into a bridge. You can also thread the arms through, so left hand comes to the outside of left leg, right hand threads through the triangle you've created in the legs, and you can grab a grip behind the top of the left knee. And then with control, begin bringing the left leg towards the torso. So depending on what your body needs here, this is just an opening for the front side of the right hip with the bridge, planting the palms, can lift the hips up off the ground, opening up the front side of the right hip. And then when you thread the arms through, grabbing behind that left knee, bringing the left leg closer to you, opening up the back side of the right hip. Use this time to explore. You can extend the left leg long towards the ceiling, activating the left toes, pointing them towards the forehead. wherever you're at. Take a nice big inhale. And then on the exhale, release, bringing both legs back down. Both feet come to meet the floor. Extend the legs out in front of you. We'll reset here in Savasana. Take a full body inhale up from the feet, out the head. Exhale, allow it to wash over you. Let it all go. And then on an inhale, bending up the legs once more, setting a nice strong foundation here, anchoring through the hip bones, the shoulders, the back of the head. Nice strong foundation. On your next inhale, bringing the left leg up towards the ceiling, crossing it over the right knee. From here, you can plant the palms onto the floor, plant the right foot on the floor, and bridge up. On an inhale, left knee comes towards the floor. We want to keep the hips nice and balanced. Exhale, release the bridge. If you'd like to stay in it for longer, if you'd like to go for a second serving, please feel free. Inhale, bridge up. Feeling that opening along the front side of the left hip. Exhale, when you're ready, release. And then opening the back side of this left hip, we can lift the chest up, threading the hands through the leg, bringing the right knee towards the chest, creating an opening on the outside of the left hip. If you'd like, you can extend the right leg up towards the ceiling, pointing the toes of the right foot back towards the forehead. And you'll notice this left knee kind of becomes the lever for opening. So my left hip's really tight. The left knee wants to drop towards the torso. I'm going to encourage it with those hip muscles. I'm going to encourage the left knee towards the wall in front of me. Good. Let's take 3 more full breath cycles here, wherever you're at. Allowing the breath to open that hip space, lubricate the joints, nourish the tissues, the tendons. Take one more nice full inhale, and then on an exhale, releasing right leg down, releasing left leg down towards the floor. Both legs can extend out in front of you. Reset in Savasana. We'll take a full inhale and exhale here. Good. And then you can stay in your Savasana, or I want to invite you to do a happy babies pose if you like. Releasing any remaining tension in the low back. So knees come up towards the chest, then feet extend up towards the ceiling. Finger grips are on the outside of the foot. Knees come kind of towards the shoulders. It looks a little bit different for everybody. From your happy babies pose, you can rock side to side, inviting that low back onto the floor. And then when you're ready, you can release, extending the legs out in front of you. Heels together, toes fall open, hands down by your sides, palms face up, Savasana. If it feels good for you, you can extend legs wide, arms wide into a starfish, and just allow yourself to relax deeply into the mat. This is our final asana, Savasana. Savasana is an exploration in stillness. And so allowing that to show up both in the lack of movement, but noticing how still can you be? How subtle can the inhale and the exhale become? What sensations arise when you avoid that itch or scratch? And allow yourself to fully submit to Savasana. Stillness of the body, stillness of the mind. Taking a brief inventory here of how your body feels. Noticing where you were able to create space from the beginning of class. Noticing openness. Noticing the breath, the inhale, and the exhale. Noticing where you feel the breath in the body in this moment. And allowing the breath to take you deeply into your Savasana. You can stay in your Savasana as long as you would like. For those of you who are ready, I'll close us with the sound of Om. It's been my honor to be with you today. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in all of you. Namaste. Please allow this Om to wash over you and bring your practice to a close. Blessings. Om.